What's up, everyone? I'm going to be doing a deck profile on my Jinzos. Now, Jinzo, if you don't know, was a card that originally was used by Esperoba, but then Joey won Jinzo off of him in Battle City. And Jinzo is one of those cards that was just a one-of card, but eventually got its own archetype, kind of like Gaia. And I've been really excited because, well, I get excited about every new deck, honestly. So, and of course, just wanted to remind you to vote for which deck you'd like me to do a deck profile this month. Without further ado, let's get into the deck profile. Now, the one thing about Jinzo, it is an anti-trap deck, so if there's a trap deck that's like the top deck of the format, then Jinzo's going to be doing pretty good. But if there isn't any trap decks, then it's not going to do quite as well. First off, I run 3 Jinzo. Trap cards and their effects on the field cannot be activated and negate all trap effects on the field. That's what Jinzo does. It's the anti-trap card. I also run 3 Jinzo, the Machine Menace. If a trap is face up on the field or in either graveyard, you can special summon this card from your hand, and if you do, it becomes level 6 until the end of this turn. And during the main phase, quick effect, you can tribute this card, special summon 1 Jinzo from your hand or graveyard. Then, you can store all traps your opponent controls. Although if the card is set, they have to reveal it, and if it's a trap, destroy it. Next, I run 3 Jinzo Ejector. Jinzo Ejector becomes Jinzo while it's on the field, and you contribute this card to add 1 Jinzo monster from your deck to your hand. Then reveal all set cards in your opponent's spell and trap zone, and if there are traps among them, you can special summon Jinzo monsters from your hand up to the number of traps revealed. So let's say you have 3 Jinzo in your hand, and your opponent has 3 traps, you can special summon all 3. So that's okay. It rarely comes up though, so there are other things you'd probably want to do over Ejector. Like if you want to cut Ejector down a little, that's fine. I mainly have it at 3 because it does get Jinzo into your hand. And it's also a level 4, so you can actually get it on the field. I also run 2 Psychic Bounder. This is a new card that came out of Rage of Raw, and it is actually pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, it actually helps make the deck a lot more consistent. If this card is no more special summoned, you can add 1 Jinzo or 1 spell and trap that specifically lists that card and its text from your deck to your hand. And when another monster you control is attacked by an opponent's monster, before damage calc, you can destroy both the attacking monster and this card. So that's mainly good for getting your spells and traps to the field, which is what you want to do because you got some pretty good spells and traps. I also run the 1 Psychic Mega Cyber. If your opponent controls more spells and traps than you do, you can special summon this card from your hand, and you can only special summon Psychic Mega Cyber once per turn this way. And when this card declares an attack on an opponent's monster, while you control a Jinzo, you can tribute this card, place that opponent's monster in their spell and trap zone as a continuous trap. So this forces them. This can force your opponent's monster to become a trap. Pretty weird, not gonna lie. I also run the 1 Summoner Monk. This is one if you want. Whoops. This is one if you want to bump up. I would. Unfortunately, I only have the 1, and I don't want to wait another 1 or 2 weeks to get my playset to do this deck profile. If I'd probably take either Ejector or Mega Cyber out for that. Probably Mega Cyber more so than Ejector, because double or nothing is a play you do want to do because you can, and double or nothing is good. Now for the hand trap, 3 Ash. Don't really need to explain why I run 3 Ash. One thing with Ash, hand traps are a lot stronger now than they were last format because Called is at 3, so there's less ways to counteract them. Next, I run 3 Cosmos Channeling, another new card. With Cosmos Channeling, you can send 1 card you control that is owned by your opponent to the graveyard. Special summon 1 machine monster from your hand or graveyard, and when your opponent draws for their normal draw in their draw phase, while you control Jinzo, you can declare 1 card type. Your opponent reveals it, and if it is the declared type, send it to the grave. And if you do, draw 1 card. So a lot of different effects. Firstly, if you send 1 monster you control that is owned by your opponent to the graveyard, special summon machine monster. So what you want to do is like mind control, crackdown, creature swap is another option. Unfortunately, I don't have any creature swap. Otherwise, I was thinking about putting that in. And you can essentially make it fodder for your Jinzo. And the other effect is I don't remember which goddess card is. It's one of the Valkyrie goddesses cards. I think it's Erd. I'm not sure. Being able to being able to declare 1 type, and then if you're right, discard it. That can be pretty good and disruptful of your opponent. So that's the main play I'm going for. I run 3 Law of the Cosmos. A card I do not have. It came out in another set. I don't remember which one was it. I don't remember what set it came out. It came out in a different set from the Cosmo, Channeling, and others cards. Your opponent can set one trap directly from their hand or deck, then if they did, special summon one Jinzo monster from your deck. If they did not, you can add one Jinzo or one monster that specifically lets that card and its tech from your deck to your hand. Now, they're not going to let you special summon a Jinzo. They do, pretty cool, but not likely, because they're just going to getting a trap only to not even use it, so most likely they're going to be using to add a Jinzo or one monster that lets that card in its text. Although the main one you would be going for be the Psychic Bounder or Jinzo Ejector, maybe Menace if you really want to. That essentially searches your Jinzo monsters. Next I run 2 Everlasting Alloy. I was looking at another deck profile before I did this this deck profile, and they had like I think I have a Cyber Shock in there, but I'm like, why? Cyber Shock's a terrible card. But for Everlasting Alloy, if you could control Jinzo, activate one of these effects. All machine monsters you can currently control cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects until the end of the turn. And when a card or effect is activated that targets a machine monster you control, negate it. So this can help as a protection for your Jinzo monsters. Next, I run the 3 Pot of Extravagance. Aside from Jinzo Layered, your extra deck doesn't really matter all too much, because Jinzo is your big monster. Also run the one Reasoning, because you got a lot of high level monsters in this deck. The one called, the hand traps, the mind control, full burial, double or nothing, and the Monster Reborn to round out the spells. Now onto the traps. Yes, rerun traps in a Jinzo deck. Not many though. I run 3 Crackdown as well as 3 Infinite Impermanence. Crackdown is the same reason as Mind Control. You want to take control of it in order to activate Cosmo Channeling. And Infinite Impermanence is just, you know, really powerful negate. Not really more to it. Now moving on to the extra deck. Extra deck doesn't matter too much considering you use Pot of Extravagance. But I do run 3 Jinzo Layered. I only have the 1 copy, but you do want to run 3. With Jinzo Layered, you can attach one material from this card, then target one face-up monster your opponent controls. Take control of it until the end phase. But you cannot activate its effects or declare an attack. If a trap is on the field, you contribute 1 monster, and if you do, destroy one face-up card on the field. So mainly you want to use it for the kind of mind control effect to help Cosmo Channeling. Next, I run 2 number 39 Utopia, 2 number 9 Utopia Double for the double or nothing plays. I run 2 of each, mainly because we run Pot of Extravagance. Same reason as why I run 2 number 60 Dugaris the Timeless. The rest of it is mostly just kind of like fill, like an IEP Masquerena, Cerberus, Phoenix, Unicorn, Appaloosa, and Axis Code to round out the extra deck. Well, that's all for this deck profile. What do you think? Do you think Jinzo's a pretty cool archetype? Let me know in the comments. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video I make. Bye.